Hey guys, welcome back. Great to see you all. Today we are going to be doing a class that is going to be focusing on the muscles in our waist, so the side core muscles, the obliques. I recommend that you position yourself horizontally on your yoga mat today. So we're going to be working all in this horizontal fashion. We're going to make a start kneeling, if this is comfortable for you, and then just stack your shoulders above your hips. Let the hands rest down lightly on your thighs. Bring the eyes down to a close just for a few rounds of breath. Feel everything settle and everything slow down, including your breath. As you start to find a bit more length and a bit more depth to each inhale and each exhale. Use each breath in to invite in new energy, and use each breath out to release and let go of anything that you don't want to bring with you into your practice today. Take one final big breath in. See if you can draw that inhale down into the belly. And then open your mouth, release it out. Let the eyes open. Just let your chin drop down to your chest and then lift the gaze all the way up to the sky. Take two more like this. Exhale, chin drops down to the chest, nodding the head forwards. Inhale, lift the gaze up, let the head hang back. Last one. Carving a little line with the nose. Good. Bring your head back to neutral. And this time let your right ear drop down towards your right shoulder. Pause for a moment here. Feel that length down the left-hand side of your neck and really allow the left shoulder to be heavy. So you're trying to create as much length here as possible. And then with your right hand, reach it all the way up and over and just place it lightly on top of your left ear. You can use your arm and your hand to just gently draw the right ear down towards the right shoulder even more. So hopefully you get a really good stretch down the outside of your neck. On your next inhale, release. Let the head come back to neutral. Take it straight over to the other side. So just take your time. There's no rush. Left ear drops down towards the left shoulder this time. Pause for a moment here, see how that feels for you and your body today. And you can, of course, stay like this. If you'd like to go a little bit further, lift your left hand up and place it on your right ear, so on the outside of the face. Try and keep the breaths long and smooth. We're not trying to yank the head and the neck into distortion here, just adding a little bit more load. Good job. Release that ear and let the head come back to neutral. Take a big shoulder roll. And then find stillness. Release the right fingertips down to the mat. Try and reach them away from your right hip a little bit. And then sweep your left arm all the way up and over towards the right hand side. Keep the left glute heavy to the left heel so that you can really open up down the left hand side of the body. And then bring it all the way back up and over. Left fingertips connect with the earth. Right arm reaches all the way up and over towards the left. Good. We'll take one more like this on each side. Awesome. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend. Beautiful. Come all the way back to center. Place the hands down in front of you and come to find your tabletop position. So pressing down firmly through both hands, really try and activate the muscles across the top of the back. Then we're going to work through a few of our cat-cows here. So as you inhale, press the heart forwards, lift the gaze, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, pull the belly button back, press the earth away, chin to chest. Good. Take a few more like this, moving at your own speed, inhaling to lift the gaze, arching through the spine, keep pushing the earth away, and exhaling to lengthen the spine. Really trying to create space across the top of the back, pulling the belly button back to activate the core. Good. Last one like this. And then re-establish that neutral spine. Keeping the rest of the body quiet, extend your right leg out long beside you. So you can either keep the toes pointing forwards or you can point the toes, whichever feels best for you. And then we're going to try and really switch on the muscles in the outside of the hip here. Press down firmly through both hands and see if you can float your right leg up off the mat and then slowly lower it back down. This is very much cramping territory. We're working the muscles in the outside of the hips really hard. So if you do feel like you're about to cramp, just don't lift it quite so high. We're just going to do 2 more like this. So lift that right leg and lower it back down. Good job. Last one, lift it up and lower it back down. This time as you release the foot down, keep the toes pointing forwards. Walk your hands back as you come to stack your shoulders on top of your hips. You can bring your hands down to your hips here just to check that they are all aligned. And if you are still cramping in your hip, just try moving your foot slightly and that should release everything. I'm certainly feeling quite intense in my hip as well. And then as you inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Imagine that you've got hold of an imaginary beach ball in between both hands. So they're approximately shoulder width apart. And then slowly start to lean over towards the left-hand side, creating one long line all the way from your right fingertips to the outside of your right foot. Inhale, we lift back up. 3 more like this. Exhale, slowly leaning over. Keep reaching as far over to the left as you can, and then lift it back up. Last 2. Working those muscles in the waist. Good job. Last one. And then lift all the way back up. Let your right hand drop down to your right knee, just resting it there lightly, and reach the left fingertips all the way up and over towards the right. Keep pressing your hips forwards by engaging through the glutes and see if you can invite your breath into the left-hand side of your body. So feel the rib cage really expand, create space in between those side ribs. And try and keep that left arm really active so we're not bending and hanging at the elbow. Really reach through those fingertips. Awesome. On your next inhale, stack shoulders above the hips and reach the arms out wide into a T shape this time. As you exhale, we're going to float the left fingertips down towards the earth. Again, finding that strength in the obliques and then lifting all the way back up and over into our gate pose. 3 more like this. Inhale, extend the arms out wide, stack shoulders above hips, and then slowly lean towards the left, letting the left fingertips just hover above the mat. Inhale, switch those obliques on as you windmill the arms all the way up and over. Awesome, guys. Last one. This time we're going to hold it here. Switch on the muscles in the right-hand side of the waist for 3, for 2, for 1. Release the left hand all the way down, coming to find your modified side plank. And instead of keeping the right fingertips reaching up towards the sky, allow them to reach up and overhead, stretching towards the top of the mat. Again, keep pressing those hips forwards. Enjoy this pretty good stretch all the way down the right-hand side of the body. And then if you can, see if you can start to float the right leg up off the mat, or the right toes even, and then lower them back down. 3 more like this. Lift the right leg and release. So again, we're working those obliques and also the muscles in the outside of the hip. Last one. This time, hold it here. As you exhale, draw your elbow to your knee, so bending the arm and the leg and allowing them to touch in front of you. Inhale to re-extend. 2 more. Exhale, knee to elbow. Work with the breath. Inhale to stretch and lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Good job, guys. Inhale to re-extend. Let the right toes drop down to the mat. Reach the right fingertips up. Imagine I'm pulling on your right fingertips until you rotate all the way up and over, coming to find that delicious gate pose once again, enjoying a little bit more of a passive stretch. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, float the hands down, coming to find your tabletop. Keep the right leg where it is just for a moment more as you take a round of your cat-cow here, enjoying that stretch down the inside of your right thigh, as the spine comes into flexion. Exhale to diamond round. And then coming back to your neutral spine, and then bringing your right knee in to meet the left. Take any movements here that you would like to, so a little sway of the hips from side to side. Maybe you want to take a child's pose, just have a pause in between, that's no problem at all. Just do whatever you need, and then whenever you are ready, we'll take it over to the other side. So left leg extends out wide. You can have a little peek, making sure that the ankle is still in line with the hip, so it's coming directly out. Again, either pointing the left toes or keeping the sole of the foot on the mat. And then we've got that really quite strong, intense lift and lower of the left leg. So float it up, try and keep the hips square, and then tap it back down. 2 more like this. Lift it up and lower. Last one. And release. Good job. Let the whole sole of the foot come down to the mat, toes pointing forwards. Walk the hands back towards you and slowly start to stack your shoulders above your hips. Again, if you want to release into that hip, just lift the toes up and move that foot around, just releasing into the hip socket a little bit. And when you're ready, we'll extend the arms up to the sky, taking hold of our imaginary beach ball once again. On your next exhale, slowly start to lean over towards the right hand side this time. So finding that long straight line between the left fingertips and the outside of the left foot. Good, lifting it back up. 3 more like this. Exhale to reach. Inhale to zip it back up, stacking the shoulders on the hips. Last 2. Good job, guys. Last one. Amazing. Release the left hand down to your left knee. Right fingertips extend as you exhale. Take it over towards the left-hand side. Once again, see if you can breathe into the right-hand side of the body this time. As you inhale, you should feel a deeper stretch as the skin starts to expand, as the muscles start to open. Good. Inhale, reach the arms all the way out wide, this time into a T shape. Shoulders are above the hips. As you exhale, right fingertips start to float down towards the mat. Try not to bring your right hand too close to your right knee. Really reach it away from you. Let the fingertips hover and then slowly, slowly come all the way back up and over into your gate pose. Good. 2 more like this. Inhale, reach the arms out wide. Exhale, hold the right fingertips just above the mat, keeping that left-hand side of your body super strong. Inhale, lift it all the way back up. Exhale into your gate. Good job, guys. Last one. Exhale, coming into your floating modified plank. This time holding here for 3. For 2, you've got this. For 1, beautiful. Release your right hand all the way down to the mat. Extend the left arm all the way up and over. Pause for a couple of breaths here. Enjoy that stretch, that length down the left-hand side of the body. And then when you're ready, switch on those muscles on the outside of your waist and the hip and see if you can float that left leg up and lower it back down. For 3. For 2, don't worry about how high you're reaching the foot. For 1, think about length here. Hold. As you exhale, bring your knee to your elbow. Crunch. Inhale to re-extend. 2 more like this. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. Last one. Beautiful. Inhale to re-extend. Exhale, left toes drop down to the mat. Inhale, reach the left fingertips all the way up. Imagine that I'm pulling on that left hand and allowing you to windmill the arms all the way up and over as you re-stack the shoulders above the hips. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, slowly lower the hands down into your tabletop. Take your time. Keep the left leg where it is as you take 1 round of your cat-cow. Inhaling to let the belly drop, finding that extension through the spine. Exhale to find flexion through the spine, pressing the earth away, chin to chest. Inhale, come back to find neutral. Bring the left knee in to meet the right. Take any movements here that you need to. That can be dynamic movement or it can be complete stillness, whatever you want. And then come back to find stillness. We're going to tuck the toes under and then lift the knees up, extend the legs, lifting the hips into the sky, coming to find your ragdoll. Take hold of opposite elbows with opposite hands. Take a little sway from side to side, using the weight of the arms and the upper body to try and find some length and release down the backs of the legs. And then coming to find stillness once again. Bring your hands down to the mat and we're going to heel toe the feet out nice and wide. So we're coming into our wide-legged forward fold. As you inhale, find your halfway lift. So really pressing the chest forwards, straightening through the spine, reach through the crown of the head. As you exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Can you keep that length all the way along the spine? And then slowly, slowly start to stack the shoulders above the hips once again. So from here, we're going to turn the right toes out. So they're pointing towards the short edge of the mat. Then take a big bend through your right knee. As you will see, we found our warrior two legs. And then extend your arms out wide, taking the gaze over your right middle finger. Shoulders are still stacked above the hips. Switch on that right glute to help keep the right knee directed over your right big toe. So we don't want the knee to be collapsing in here. Awesome. On your next exhale, release your right forearm down to your right thigh and extend the left arm all the way up and over. Again, we're trying to find that length, that straight line all the way from the left fingertips to the outside of the left foot. Now, option to stay here or continuing to work the side body. Keep your position exactly as it is, but start to extend the right fingertips forward. So lifting the forearm up off the thigh. And then rebend the elbow, let the forearm rest back down. 3 more like this. Exhale, extend the right fingertips forwards and then bring it back. Last 2. Good job. Last one, keeping the body quiet. Coming back to that extended side angle. Press down through your right foot. Keep a bend through your right knee. So you windmill the arms all the way up and over, reversing your warrior. And then extend through that right leg, coming into our reverse triangle. Breathe here. As you inhale, bring the arms out wide. Release the hands down to your hips as you turn on your right heel, bringing the toes back towards the long edge of the mat and taking it over to the other side. So left toes point towards the end of the mat this time. Take a bend through your left knee. Keep the hands on your hips for as long as you need, just to make sure that the hips have remained level. And then extend your arms out wide, following the left middle finger with your gaze. Pause for a moment here and then release your left forearm down to the left thigh. Right arm reaches all the way up and over. Now, if you want to stay here, as I mentioned, this is a perfect place to be. You do not need to come into the little add-on if you don't want to. If you do, however, join me. Extend the left fingertips forwards, challenging the balance, and then release it back down. Good. 3 more. Everything else stays completely quiet. Keep pushing down through that left foot. Last 2. Last 1. Good job. Beautiful. On your next inhale, slowly windmill the arms all the way up and over. Legs don't change, just for a breath. Puff up your left rib cage and then straighten at that left leg, coming to find your reverse triangle. On your next inhale, reach the arms out wide. Release the hands to your hips as you rotate on your left heel, turning both toes back towards the long edge of the mat. Big inhale here. Roll the shoulders back and down. Find length through the spine. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, coming all the way down into your forward fold. Release the hands down to the mat or take hold of opposite elbows with opposite hands. And just allow your upper body to sway and hang here for a few moments. Bring the weight into the balls of your feet and keep as much of a bend through your knees as you need to. On your next inhale, hands connect with the earth. Find your halfway lift. As you exhale, heel toe the feet back into your ragdoll or your forward fold. Inhale, keep pressing that chest forwards. And as you exhale, slowly bend through the knees, dropping all the way down into your kneeling position. Stack your shoulders above your hips. Gather the hands in your lap, let the eyes come down to a close for a moment. Find that length through the spine as you soften the shoulders down and away from the ears. As always, just taking a few moments at the end of our practice to simply observe any sensations, what we are feeling both physically and emotionally. And most importantly, to offer ourselves gratitude and thanks for showing up for our practice, for honouring our bodies and for honouring our mind. When you're ready, bring your hands to heart center, rest the thumbs lightly on your chest, bow your head. Thank yourself first and foremost for stepping foot onto your mat today. And thank you so, so much for once again allowing me to guide you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this class. I really hope that you are feeling a little bit of fire and strength in your side body. This is a really good one to do to improve your overall strength in the core. We so often only prioritize the front, but actually we need this for a lot of support as well. So I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.